Hey guys, so welcome back to another video. Happy to have you again. Thank you very much for tuning in. So today I want to talk a little bit about preparation, or at least your readiness for the gym and for your training, because I think a lot of the time people just don't do this so well. And it's not so much that I see a trend, it's not so much that I see, well actually I do see correlations. So I see correlations in people that stay healthy and injury free and people that generally perform quite consistently in their sessions. So these are all positives of being ready, or at least having a general awareness of your readiness to exercise or to train. Let's say to train, because we're not exercising here, we're training. So I do see correlations in people that do have very routine, rigid warm-ups. Rigid warm-ups, in the sense that they are repeatable and just very well managed. And the issue is that people will walk into sessions thinking that they can just hop under a squat bar and just get going and think that everything's fine, and then, oh god, like 3 sets in, and damn, my knee's fucked and my lower back's now tight, and oh okay, let's revert back to sort of warming up a little bit more, and all hell breaks loose. So as you'll have just seen, you'll have seen my warm-up routine. So this is basically called a barbell complex. I got this initially from Bryce Lewis. You may have seen Mr. Nunes performing these as well. So essentially what it is a straight leg deadlift followed by a bent row, followed by a clean and jerk kind of thing, or at least a clean to basically get your sort of anterior delts warmed up. And then an OHP, and then a good morning. Now you can obviously add in a squat, but I prefer to actually just wait until I'm in the rack to start my squat warm up, I guess, as opposed to sort of just, I guess, like doing bodyweight squats with a bar with my Nike free runs on. I prefer to just wait, and then when I've got my knee sleeves on, when I've done all my warm up and my sort of little bits of mobility, then I prefer to sort of start with bodyweight squats with my shoes on, which kind of brings me to the whole mentality readiness of your training, which I will speak about in this video as well. So with regards to actual warm-ups and sort of getting general readiness, this doesn't take that long, because I think a lot of people put limitations on themselves saying, oh, I don't want to warm up because it takes too long, or I haven't got the time to warm up. That is literally what someone said to me the other day. This guy who has always like constant niggles, constant injuries, he's always like, oh, my elbow's fucked, my back's fucked. And I'm like, do you actually do any sort of warm-up or preparation for your training? And he's like, no. And it's just, his excuse was that he's just not got enough time because he comes in from a busy job, he's got a family at home. And I'm like, mate, would you rather just do a little bit less training? So just maybe like focus on your compounds, do a couple of accessories, head home and be healthy, rather than just coming in, smashing it and just always just picking up niggles. And for us, or for people that are listening to this, like, I want to be an athlete and I want to be someone that achieves like really good stuff. So you look at other athletes in other sports, like look at Usain Bolt, or look at, you know, any sort of top level athlete. They're doing stuff to prepare themselves for the event, and our event is essentially every single day we're going to the gym wanting to beat numbers, progress. That's an event. That is our sport, that's our event. So if we're not getting ready for that, we're cutting ourselves short massively. So the next thing that I do is my leg raises, which you'll have just seen. So my leg raises out to the side and then out in front of me. This is sort of dynamic movement now. And then I also do basically like a rollback thing where you put your legs out at the, I didn't really have the camera recording it properly, but your legs are out at the start. So you're like in a sort of like a cradle position, and then your legs go back over your head, touch the floor behind you, and then back again. You can find that again on Bryce Lewis's channel. He's very good for warm-ups. Like Matt Ogus has done some good warm-up routines in the past, but I think if you want that top level rationale as to why we're doing things, and you know, the reasoning behind every single bit of warm-up, go to Bryce Lewis's channel, because he's seriously good at that. So I just think that more people need to think about this phase and need to remind themselves of the importance of warming up and being ready for your sessions, because if you're not, like I said, you're just going to cut yourself short, and when you get into the movements itself, you're going to have more tendencies to start to feel, oh shit, like this is tight, I should have warmed this up more, I should have been more ready. And that is essentially, with your warm-ups, they are your feedback tool. So if you're warming up and something doesn't feel good, you know, either there's a few options now. So what you can do is you can say to yourself, right, I'm going to change this movement for today, or I'm going to simply back off this movement for today. Because without that feedback and without that data tool, you're not able to figure out what's going on with your body. Like, you don't know whether you're ready to squat or not. Likewise, if you're really ready and you're really on point and like everything's flowing correctly, like your hips are loose, everything feels on fire in a good way, and then you can know, like, you can go into your work sets with superb levels of confidence because you know today is a good day. So I just think a lot of people just don't realise the importance of it, like I said. But in terms of how you can find out how you most effectively warm up, try and test things. So don't just think, okay, well, this works for me, this doesn't. Think about trying things out. Think about doing different warm-up routines. Think about trying as you like sort of progress up the numbers. So what I say to most of my clients is I say, as you warm up, so as the weight gets heavier with your warm-ups, your reps decrease. So on big compound movements like my squat, I'll start with a bar, I'll do maybe 10 reps, I'll go up to 60 kilograms, which is obviously a 20 plate each side, and then I'll do something like 6 reps with that, so minimal. And then I'll do something like 2 or 3 reps with 100 kilos. And then I'll do one or two reps with 140, and then that'll pretty much be it. And then I'll be pretty much at my work weight. And I found that more effective than what I did in the past. So what I do in the past is I do something like I basically do more, is what I'm trying to say. Is I do like the bar for a load of reps. I do 20 for quite a few reps. I do 60 for quite a few reps. Then I do 100 for quite a few. 140 for like 6. And actually this is accruing quite a lot of training volume. So you're going to be quite fatigued when you actually get to the stuff that counts. So think about it. Think about trying to be as ready as you can whilst building up minimal fatigue. And what I think is a shite warm-up is the fucking leg extension. I think that's crap. Unless you've got like some niggle going on where you want to actually reduce the load that you're going to be using on a squat, I think the leg extension is a crap way to warm up for a compound movement like a squat. Because essentially what you're doing there is just getting a ton of blood in your quads. You've got to remember, your quads aren't the only thing working in a squat. There's loads of things going on. So you're better off just mobilizing your lower body, like getting yourself mobile. You might have been doing a desk job or a seated job for the entire day. Get yourself mobile. And another shit way to warm up is to go on the cross trainer for 5 minutes. That's a great way to get your heart rate up and get general readiness, okay? So that's a great way to get yourself mentally prepared to go into your sessions. I do believe that, and I do believe that it's a great way to get your heart rate up and get yourself sort of in a place where you're more ready than coming in off the cold pavement that you've just sort of hurtled in from the gym at. But I don't think that it prepares you for movements well. I think it can definitely get you in a good place to start a workout, but not to get into your heavy movements. So you can't go from a cross trainer at level 5 to a 150 kilo back squat in like a minute. You'll have to get more prepared than that. So I think your specificity when it comes to warm-ups and your routine with those things has to be very high. So think about doing the things that make sense with regards to the movements that you're doing on that day. If you like doing like a cross trainer or something like that, then go for it, why not? But I don't think this is the best way to move up to the sort of the compound moves that you're going to be doing on that day. Now, if you're interested in seeing an upper body warm-up or upper body stuff that I do with regards to getting ready for those sessions, then of course I'll do it. But I think we're coming to the end of the footage now, so I will leave you guys here. Thanks very much for watching, and love you lots. Cheers, guys. So guys, so that was one of the most brutal lower body sessions of my life. I'm basically very overreached at the moment. I'm at the end of my training block. If you follow me on Instagram, you'll know that this week's been very difficult with regards to sort of just training and trying to hold on to my training performance and knock out my sessions. So I'm obviously deloading next week, and today was my sort of final, well no, tomorrow is my final day of training, normally before deloading, and obviously I released a deload video, so you will know how I'm going to deload. This week in regards to fat loss, guys, has been so good, like so good. I hit like 167.4 at the start of the week after being like 169 on Monday, and I was like, fuck me, another shit week of weigh-ins. And then suddenly just like, I don't know, just dropped. Like I stayed stress free and just chilled out a bit, and it dropped. And then yeah, I've just been on like 167s for the entire rest of the week, so 167 dead. And then refeeding today, just I've had like 80% of my carbohydrates, and I've got even more here, like rice cakes and squares bars, which just tends to be what I sort of add to my normal food. I add in more basmati rice to my rice meals, and then I add in more rice cakes and more square bars at the moment, and then I still have my oats pre-bed, which I've got to look forward to tonight. And yeah, I just took a look at myself in the mirror, and I was just so happy with what I looked like. Immediately just filled out significantly within like just half a day because of the super compensation effect. When you're flat and you add in more carbs, like you'll get this skin popping super compensation effect where your glycogen levels fill out and they almost push against the skin, and it's so cool. I knew it whilst I was training. I was like, I know I look really good right now underneath this incredibly baggy IFBB Pro top. And so I took a look at myself and I was like, wow, yeah, like this is significantly better in terms of how we're looking now. So really, really happy with that, because for a few days I was just like, wow, like, you know, I'm not too happy with how I'm looking here, and feeling quite shit and looking quite shit. So I knew I need a refeed, like regardless of what my weight was saying. I just knew in myself, I know my body very well. I know when I don't need a refeed, and I know when I do. And there's already been like a few weeks in this contest prep where I've skipped them. So I just know how to respond to my body, and I knew that I needed one. So I took one, and like already I can tell that it's been a good decision. So yeah, anyway, I'm going to immediately smash this whey isolate shake, which is 30 grams because my protein's dropped a little bit today. Also, shout out to My Protein, because their natural strawberry flavour of the isolate, I think they've re-flavoured it, and it's way better. I don't know what they've done to it, but because you're prepping, your taste buds can notice anything. So I noticed that this is a better strawberry flavour, so I'm very much enjoying this. I'm going to eat my rice cakes and my squares bar, immediately head home, shower, and then I'm off to a friend's, and then I'll demolish my oats whilst I'm there, most likely, and then go to bed. But yeah, it's been a good day, guys, and don't know if I'm going to add anything else to this vlog, so if I leave it here, or actually no, I'll probably do a voiceover on this, so I'll do a voiceover on the workout. This has been quite short. So, but yeah, guys, love you lots. See you in a bit.